As the Apostle Paul says in Romans 8:15 and 16, you've not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you've received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we're the children of God, the offspring of God, those born of God, if you have been born of God. And this is the same thing the writer of Hebrews says, because he says, not been received a spirit of bondage again to fear. Because this is what the writer of Hebrews is talking about, chapter 2, that saying in verse 14, for as much then as the children, he says, I will declare thy name unto my brethren, in the midst of the church or the congregation of called out ones, will I sing praise unto you, and again I will put my trust in him, and again, behold, I and the children which God hath given me. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that he through death might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage, talking about to sin. I mean, this is what Paul is saying, that the sting of death is sin, but the strength of sin is the law. The law of fear and condemnation. I mean, look, this is what he describes it as 2 Corinthians chapter 3, the ministration of death and condemnation, and the ministration of the Spirit is the ministration of righteousness, and not sin. I mean, this is what Jesus came to deliver us from, was the bondage of sin. And the bondage of sin is the law. 1 Corinthians 15:56, the sting of death is sin, the strength of sin is the law. I mean, this is what he's describing in Romans chapter 6. Well, pretty much the whole letter, really, but chapter 6, how should we who are dead to sin live any longer therein? Because in water baptism, we die with Christ. This body of sin dies with him. I mean, he's describing our deliverance from sin through Jesus Christ, through entering the faith of Jesus Christ in water baptism and being filled with the Holy Spirit of promise. I mean, because we got to understand, it's in water baptism where we die and we're born of that incorruptible seed, who is Jesus. I mean, he's our elder brother. The writer of Hebrews calls him our elder brother. If we would stop exalting Jesus above what is written of him, we would see that he's actually our deliverance. But people use Jesus to hold people in condemnation. You're not Jesus. You're not perfect. Well, Jesus wasn't made perfect until he was risen from the dead.